Week 4 of the GBA is upon us, and the Bullet Punch Club are carrying on strong with a 3-0 record. Our co-captain Matty Brolic was able to rise to the occasion and snag a nice and glorious 3-0 victory. Things are looking strong for us now, as not only are we the #1 position in the standings, we are the only undefeated team in the GBA. Our next opponent is Grandmaster D Rey and the San Diego Snugglers. Well, that person is a liar because he has Terra Annihilate, Pelifin, and Shadow Tag Gotito. This could very much be our toughest challenge yet, but we ain't going down without a fight, so let us see what we are bringing. Starting off, we got our dedicated lead Azumarill with Playrough, Aquajet, Belly Drum, and Facade. Matchup wise, this is an absolute beast against Rey's team, as it can do a lot of insane damage to it, which can then pave the way for my other offensive threats to potentially clean up. It is a lead this week due to how much offensive potential it has, and also because it can play its role well in catching Rey off guard, which is something I'm very much looking forward to and potentially leveraging. Facade is there mainly in case Rotom Wash tries to stop me with a Will-O-Wisp. Next up is our defensive backbone, Shed Shell Clodsire, with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Toxic, and Haze. Now, you may be wondering why there's no recovery this week. To put it simply, I don't need it. With how this team is designed, Clodsire's main role is to sponge hits, set up Stealth Rocks, poison things, and get on out of here. Haze is 100% needed, because in case Rey wants to bring bulk up Pelifin or Annihilate without Taunt, I can stop it then and there, Toxic it, and make sure that it cannot get going by any means, thereby accounting for both screens and Annihilate's Rage Fist. Of course, we now gotta look towards some breakers. Enter Choice Bandit Galarian Zapdos. This set alone has been causing a lot of chaos, and there's hardly any reason to not bring it again this week, as Rey does not have any solid switch-ins for it at all. With CC, Thunderous Kick, U-Turn, and Brave Bird, I can apply a massive amount of pressure against him, and pretty much at the end stage should push come to shove. Speaking of pressure, it's time we bring the BPC's resident Ouroboros and soon to be the MVP, the Choice Specs Meowscarada, with Dark Pulse, Energy Ball, U-Turn, and Power Gem. Now, this is a set we're very excited to bring against him this week because Special Meowscarada is absolutely insane against him. With Protein Power Gem, I can one-shot both his Iron Jugulus as well as his physically defensive Arcanine, both of which are his likely switch-ins if he doesn't want to bring in Klefki fearing knockoff. Dark Pulse is amazing because of stab and also because it can take down his potentially Terra Ghost Annihilate. Originally, it had Leaf Storm, but I found out later on that U-Turn is just far too good from a momentum standpoint, and also because it straight up does half to that Toedscruel of his. Things are looking good so far, because we got a lot of stars. Well, let me talk to ya, because I'm now adding a Megastar. What everybody saying? L.A. Knight, yeah! The Terra Normal, Chople Berry, Dragonite, with Facade, Dragon Dance, Encore, and Outrage. This is a very unique set that mainly exists to fulfill a lot of purposes, mainly against that Annihilate of his, which Rey has been running a lot of minimum speed on. I basically hope to catch him in a situation where if I face it down 1v1, I Encore him into a Rage Fist, which could then give me the liberty to freely Terrastalize, set up Dragon Dances, and then basically go on from there. This set I think can be really destructive against him, because if his Klefki tries setting up, I Encore it. If it Thunder Waves me, I Facade it. And in that situation of his Annihilate not being Terra Fairy, I can smack that thing real hard with an Outrage. And it would not even be able to do much to me in return since I got the Chople Berry. This set is 100% a wild card, and I very much see it turning the tides for the BPC. To wrap things up, we got Light Clay Goldengo with Shadow Ball, Reflect, Light Screen, and Make It Rain. Now, this is running a pretty interesting spread this week because Goldengo is the type of Pokemon where you don't necessarily need to run max investment to do a lot of damage, because from an offensive standpoint, its stats and typing alone ensures that it's able to do such a thing. And in that regard, Goldango is a very great screen setter this week because in doing so, I can basically set the door open for my Azumarill or even my Dragonite to go absolutely bonkers against him. So yeah, that basically is the team that we are going to be using against him. If you're enjoying this video, please do drop a like and subscribe as we are on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and I can only do so with each and every single one of your support. Without further ado, let us move on to the game. Okay guys, we are back right now, ready to go against our boy, the Grandmaster D Rey. And it seems that he pretty much brought Pokemon that I expected to, but at the same time not necessarily, because there is a Klefki and also the Muk. Now Klefki is a bit problematic in the sense that it can pretty much just stop me, like pretty much just be very annoying. But him not bringing the Rotom Wash is very much surprising to me, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, the way this team is designed, I am pretty much to lead off with my Azumarill 100% of the time. And the fact that he did not pretty much bring the Rotom Wash is very, very surprising. But yeah, I do see an endgame where I can potentially sweep with my Azumarill or even potentially my or even with my Dragonite once I set the conditions up, obviously. But yeah, like looking at this, it's definitely leaning towards my side, which is pretty sick. But yeah, without further ado, let us see what we can hopefully do against our good brother. Yes. Alright, so have fun to my brother D Rey. If you guys, like, generally speaking, he is one of the most wholesome dudes out there. So if possible, please do subscribe to his channel. I'm nothing but a huge fan of him. But yeah, he's gonna lead off with his Palafin, which is pretty insane, all things considered, because what exactly is stopping me from just hard belly drumming right here and right now? Alright, so I have 19 seconds to click my move. Honestly, do I just do it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna just do it. I don't know exactly what his eventual plan here is, but like, I'm not gonna look at a gift horse in the mouth. If there's a chance for me to just pretty much go for broke, that is exactly what your boy is gonna do. As I'm gonna be able to get that belly drum off. Now, unfortunately, the thing that is like a bit concerning is the fact that I haven't exactly invested much speed into this Azumarill of mine. So yeah, that could potentially bite me in the ass big time. But yeah, like, I mean, if it's like with the investment that I'm in, Poison Jab actually cannot one-shot me, actually. But yeah, I think I just go for an Aqua Jet. Don't really see any reason not to, as it's gonna come off. It's not gonna kill, which means that this thing is physically defensive as they get, as he's gonna go straight for a Gong Shot and take out my Azumarill. Okay, fair play. Yeah, I probably like jumped the gun there, which is completely on me. But this does I mean, like, do I think it was a fair exchange? Not necessarily, no. But I'm able to basically acquire information on what set his Alolan Muk is. I mean, regular Muk is. But yeah, as of this moment in time, there's hardly anything stopping me from just going out into my Okada and just smacking something in the dome with either a Shadow Ball or a Make It Rain. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm like a huge fan of this of the exchange that just happened, because like I mean, then again, Facade wouldn't have killed either way. So yeah, definitely not the best situation, I think. But yeah, I think my player is to pretty much go out in my Okada, because if there's something that is an absolute, it's the fact that this thing is basically not gonna be able to knock my item off, which is pretty sick, all things considered. So really, what's stopping me from just setting up a Reflect first? He could also make the play of going out into his Iron Jugulis, which could be a bit annoying to be able to take on. You know what? There's nothing stopping him from just start with the Light Screen, bro. Just start with the Light Screen. Yeah, he's gonna swap out, as I expected him to. So this is a pretty good situation, because right now with this Spadef boost that I'm able to acquire from the Light Screen, there is not much that his Iron Jugulis is gonna be able to do to me. In fact, let me just run a quick calc here and now. Honestly, I kind of want to swag this thing with a Make It Rain. Like, okay, so he's gonna go for a knockoff. Okay, fair play. So this is another thing that this is kind of another big of an oversight on my behalf, but that is actually a critical hit. Yeah, this Jugulis is AV as they get. But honestly, me making this play is not really a bad thing per se, because one thing that is absolutely one thing that I can pretty much say with absolute certainty is the fact that why am I going out into my Galarian Zapdos? Okay, I need to slow down. Yeah, I'm kind of not playing the best here. I'm definitely not playing the best here, which is completely on me. But the critical hit is gonna work somewhat in my favor, I suppose. But yeah, like me going out into my like Galarian Zapdos when this thing can actually outspeed me is not exactly the best. No, not the best look, I feel. Yeah, he's gonna go for a knockoff. Completely fair. But yeah, at this point in time, I think I can just click Brave Bird if I'm being completely honest. And also, this can actually work in my favor in the sense that I am pretty much... This can also work out in my favor in the sense that, like, his Klefki, I can now just freely spam Thunder's Kick, which is good against that Klefki of his. I think I want to kick this thing with a Thunder's Kick. Yeah. Alright, he's gonna swap out into Who I Wonder. The good thing about it is the fact that I pretty much have Light Screen by my side. So if he wants to go out into his what you may call it, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna even try speaking anymore. But yeah, he's gonna go out into his Muck, which is completely fair. I am gonna pretty much just take this as the chance to kill this thing off, courtesy of a U-turn. And with this, I will be able to take a piece of his in return, which is pretty sick. And yeah, like, obviously this isn't the best situation in the world, far from it, because I have not exactly discerned the amount of turns that I have by my side. But yeah, I think here, my play here is to go out into my Meowscarada, because while it is going to bait in the Klefki of his, is that something I want exactly? Alternatively, I could go out into my Banana, but like if I allow him to knock my knock it off, knock my item off, that would be pretty unfortunate. Yo, what do I do? What do I do? You know what? We're not gonna count ourselves out that easily. Come on, it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. Okay, so I can go out into my Meowscarada here simply because of the fact that if his Klefki has Thunder Wave, it's not gonna be able to paralyze me with Prankster Thunder Wave. But yeah, for some reason I'm still seeing Mock's HP bar, which is pretty indicative of the fact that Game Freak in itself has released a very unbalanced game, and the fact that it has been nearly half a year, no, it has been over half a year since this game's release, and the fact that it's still in this state is honestly very, very embarrassing and very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah, the crit that I was able to acquire in that Iron Jugulus is definitely gonna be pretty useful, I think. He's gonna go down into his Hasyong, the Klefki. And now, this is obviously like something that I am not entirely a fan of, but I'm gonna see exactly what he wants to go for here. If he wants to go for a Spike, that is fine. I think I can just go out in my Dengo and just pretty much leverage the hell out of it. Push it, push, come to shove. But yeah, U-turn is definitely gonna be able to come through big time. He's gonna set up the Reflect. Okay. He is going to 110% be able to set up the Reflect here now, which is not exactly the best thing in the world, because if this thing is dual screens, then that could potentially be problematic. But I also do have an out courtesy of my Encore Dragonite. So yeah, like it's not the worst situation per se. Far from it, actually. I guess I could go out into my Goldengo. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can go out in my Dengo, because if he wants to set up screens, then so will I. And while me not having all the turns in the world is very unfortunate, so first things first, I gotta check my status. So I have 2 more turns of Light Screen. Him knocking out my Light Play is very unfortunate. Very, 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 very unfortunate. But yeah, I think this is going to be the turn where he tries to set up a Light Screen. So I'm actually just gonna leverage that. I'm gonna actually try to leverage that somewhat by clicking Reflect here now. I mean, by getting some damage on this courtesy of a Shadow Ball. And now what I'm gonna do is take this as the opportunity to just pretty much set up a Reflect. This may not be the best play here, because realistically speaking, there's hardly anything stopping him from going out into his Iron Jugulus here now. And I know for a fact that his Iron Jugulus is gonna be able to take that hit be able to survive that hit pretty well. I mean, I think I pretty much set up a reflect here in either case because I do not want his Palafin to come in and Palafin or Annihilate to come in and just absolutely annihilate pretty much. But yeah, I'm gonna be able to get the reflect up, which is not, you know, which is obviously not the best thing in the world, but it's something basically. So he's knockoff, he's Hurricane. What else you got, bruv? If it comes down to it, I may just actually go for broke. Right here and right now. I may actually just go for broke right here and right now. So I'm actually just gonna set up a light screen. See exactly what he wants to click. He's gonna go for a Dark Pulse. It's gonna knock me out. Unfortunately, it will knock me out. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think that was the best play on my behalf. Yeah, today I'm just completely off my game, guys. Holy shit. With light screen not being up, that is definitely throwing my plans off a bit. I know that his Klefki is dual screens, but him rocking the Thunder Wave is in itself a very huge possibility, I think. So me just letting this thing go down like that was probably not the best idea, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, what was I thinking? I should have gone in my Banana. Hello? Just let my Dengo die for no reason. What the hell? Alright. So I'm gonna go out in my Banana, which may seem like a very questionable play. But first things first, I'm gonna set up my Stealth Rock. And I'm going to ensure that this thing is not gonna be able to do what it wants to me. He's gonna go out in his Machodo, which I'm assuming is this Annihilate. Okay, buddy. Okay. Right. I think I'm gonna... I gotta click haste for turn 1. He has taunt. Fuck it. Okay, he has taunt. This is very bad. But you know what? In times like this, I have to go out in my LA Knight hard. Yeah, like, I mean, honestly, I don't think I made the wrong play here by choosing to stay in. Because when it comes down to it, I pretty much have to ensure that first things first, I log this thing straight up into an Encore. If I can do that, that would be pretty sick. If he's like invested enough speed EVs to outspeed me, then he's got me. Pretty much. I do have enough speed EVs to outspeed like an Annihilate with not much speed investment. So if I'm able to like Encore him, that could actually potentially turn the tables, I think. My main misplay here honestly was just letting my Dengo go down like that because I pretty much gaslighted myself into thinking that this thing can actually be able to like this thing would not have Dark Pulse, but it actually did. But he's gonna Terrasilize here now. Oh boy. Who are you gonna Terrasilize into, my boy? He's gonna Terrasilize into a Fairy type because... Oh no, he's gonna Terrasilize into a Ghost type because my man wants to dedicate. He's gonna dedicate full time to the Ghost boost, but he is gonna actually Rage Fist me. Okay. It is not boosted to be... I mean, like... Okay, hold on a sec. Alright, that doesn't do nearly enough. It's pretty sick. But yeah, this is going to pretty much force me to take this opportunity to Terrasilize myself and start dancing with this dude. Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna stay in. You know that I can be a normal type, right? Like, he knows that I can be a Terra Normal Dragonite, so I'm not exactly sure what his like thought process is, but this does definitely give me some semblance of leverage for sure. Yeah, as my Dragonite is gonna be able to come off. This does also kind of make me wish I had Earthquake by my side, but against, you know, like this Annihilate, I cannot fucking play around with this dude for real. So, how do I check the... no, that's not what I want. Okay, so he does have... He's Encored, and all screens are gone, which is pretty sick. Alternatively, I'm just trying to see what I can do, guys. Holy shit. Okay, just Facade. I think I should just Facade here, personally. So, because like realistically speaking, I can do something, so as long as I'm able to like leverage some progress against that Klefki of his. But he's gonna actually opt to sack off his Iron Jugulis, which is completely fair. Maybe the better play here was to Dragon Dance again, because in doing so, I am basically gonna be able to guarantee the prospect of potentially being able to like basically I'm gonna become far more threatening to that Klefki of his. So yeah, definitely not the best situation. But Hasyong, the Klefki, is gonna come out, and what is it that I am going to do? So I'm not gonna like panic too much because him being a ghost type is actually pretty great. Him being a ghost type is essentially really good for my Meowscarada, for sure. So it's not it's not exactly like that hopeless of a situation, guys. Far from it, actually. But if he has like, so he has reflect, he has light screen. I'm assuming he would route the Thunder Wave. He could potentially route the Thunder Wave, but in situations like this, obviously I don't think I should let this thing die. Personally, I think I go out into my Banana again. But if he forces me into another taunt shenanigans, that would be pretty bad, actually. So I'm gonna Facade. Let's see what let's see if he has any attacking move. So he's gonna go for a Reflect. Okay, that's fair. That is completely fair, as that is going to guarantee the prospect of him being able to take hits better. And I think, like, so as long as I'm able to take this thing down, there is a potential for Meowscarada to pretty much come through for me, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna Encore him, lock him into Reflect, because the fact that I caught my boy slipping up like this is definitely something that I gotta punish. I definitely gotta punish the hell out of that. Okay. So with Reflect up, Dragonite versus the Annihilate. I do think ultimately it... Actually, no, hold on. He's giving me a chance, basically, to come back. He is definitely giving me a chance to come back here. I think I'm gonna just Dragon Dance again. Dragon Dance. You never stand a chance. Alright. I'm just gonna hard Dragon Dance again, because realistically speaking, you can definitely go out into your Annihilate, bro. But if you allow me the prospect of being able to take you down, that is not gonna be a good situation for you at all, I think. Yeah, he does reveal the leftovers, which is fair. And me being at +2 with Reflect up, Outrage has the potential to actually, like, just... It's definitely not gonna kill, but +3 does. Okay, Drain Punch with the Trouble Berry. I eat that for breakfast. So I'm actually just gonna Dragon Dance again, honestly. I'm gonna Dragon Dance again, and this may seem like a very greedy play, but I honestly disagree with that. Hard disagree with that, because I have the Trouble Berry for this exact reason. Yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna try to chip me down, but unfortunately for him, that is not gonna work that well for him, because if he allows me to pretty much smack this thing in the dome with an Outrage, I will pretty much open myself up towards Meowscarada being able to come in and just pretty much taking this thing down. But yeah, I should have honestly just pretty much taken this as the opportunity to just knock this thing. I mean, like, I should have just Dragon Dance twice when I had the chance. Because if I had done this, you know, what we call it, this Annihilate would have been pretty much dead and gone here now. But this is far from a bad situation. This is far from a bad situation, because as far as his available Pokemon goes, it's his Klefki, it's his Gothitelle, and it's his Palafin. Palafin, which I can definitely take out. But yeah, my player is to pretty much go out into my Meo and just pretty much click Dark Pulse, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I feel like if I just pretty much... honestly, I should have just Dragon Dance twice. I don't know what I was thinking there, personally. But yeah, I'm gonna be able to click Dark Pulse, and I'm gonna be able to nab this kill. There is not a single timeline where this thing is gonna be able to outspeed me anyway, so there's that. Yeah, I think that is like the only problematic thing would have to be that Klefki of his. If I'm able to just like take this thing down, then that should be all she wrote. So what's he gonna do? Okay, so he's gonna make the play of choosing to sack off his Annihilate. I was also almost worried for a second, because with this delay I thought, wait, hold on a second, is this thing Cold Barbarian? But no, that's definitely not the case. Holy Shaista. Oh my god, that would have been like absolutely demoralizing to the teeth. But yeah, the only way he can potentially come back from this is if he is able to leverage things with his clef key. So I feel like one of my plays is to pretty much just keep spamming Toxic, like straight up. It's still winnable, 100% still winnable for me. Yeah, me maneuvering around this clef key is very much what's getting me back into this game. Honestly, I feel like I should have just Dragon Edged twice there instead of just hard attacking. That I feel like wasn't my biggest misplay, but obviously like I can be pretty much like I can be as harsh on myself as I possibly can, but ultimately it does not change the reality of the situation is all. But yeah, I feel like his play here would have to be pretty much setting up a light screen here now. If I can chip this thing down. But yeah, check status, how many screens. So basically 2 out of 8. I go out into my banana. I have to rely on a choke, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pretty much rely on a choke here, as I'm gonna pretty much just go out in my banana, and here I am going to like honestly him clicking light screen was pretty much a given there. So it isn't really anything groundbreaking per se. But yeah, he will have like 8 light screen turns to be able to abuse against me. But in this situation, I think I have to pretty much click Toxic. If I'm able to like catch that Palafin of his or something, that would be pretty sick, but I don't think that's gonna happen. He's gonna go out into his Gothitelle. Yeah, that is pretty much the only play for him to make. As Toxic is gonna be able to come up, that's gonna be pretty sick. And in this situation, I know for a fact that my Meowscarada can take any single hit he could want to go for. Like, that goes without saying. But just in case, you know what, let me see. Gothitelle, is there anything that you get? It doesn't get any fairy move, to be fair. Does it get a fire move? No. Does it get an ice move? No. Yeah, I feel like my player is to go out in my Meowscarada, like hard, right here and right now. Okay, he's gonna double. Who are you gonna go out into? Passion. The clef key, okay. I'm assuming that he's gonna try to pretty much set up screens here, which is completely valid. Yeah, for sure. That's completely valid on his behalf. He's trying to set up an endgame for Palafin to come in and just go straight to Monkey Town. But honestly speaking, like I think my player is to pretty much just stall out all his light screens. Right, in that case, I mean, honestly, I feel like Play Rough is his only move to click here now. He's gonna have to set up a Reflect again. Honestly, I could have just hard Dark Pulsed, potentially. But yeah, like at this point, I'm doing what I can. I'm 100% doing what I can here, guys. So yeah. Oh boy. And this is gonna be a very tricky endgame. I feel like the more Klefki breeds, the more problematic it becomes for me. But, you know, there's no reason to overpredict. There's hardly any reason for me to overpredict here, if I'm being completely honest. So, I'm just gonna click Earthquake again, yeah. This time I'm gonna click Earthquake, guys. Like, truthfully speaking, the moment I'm able to get the light screens away from him, the endgame for my Meowscarada cleaning up with Energy Ball is looking very, 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 very possible here. So yeah, honestly good on D Rey for making the prediction, but honestly, realistically speaking, I wouldn't even be surprised if it wasn't a prediction. It was just pretty much all that he could do at that point, personally. But yeah, let me see what this thing can do. This thing doesn't get any fairy move. This thing doesn't get any fire move. This thing doesn't get any ice move. This thing doesn't get any bug move. Like, there's nothing for him to hit me with unless he wants to click Focus Blast. Okay. Yeah, I'm not playing around with that. Definitely not playing around with that. Okay, I'm gonna go out in my Chocobo. Like, I'm just trying to make sure I account for all variables is all. And also, look at this lag. What's happening? Is that my OBS?
Bruh.
Okay, he's gonna click Focus Blast. My man is gonna try to take the E out here thinking he's slick. But unfortunately for my opponent, I was able to scout the fuck out of that. Holy shit. Yeah, it's a good thing I checked that. Because if I didn't, that could have just pretty much ended the game for me then and there. I mean, Reflect, he has many more turns up. But Light Screen is about to reach its climax. So, taking that into consideration, my play here is to just pretty much like hard Brave Bird, like straight up raw Brave Bird. I'm not sure exactly who we could want to go out into. His junior. Okay, he's gonna actually let his Palafin get chipped. I don't agree with that. Because like with the chip that I'm being able to acquire right now, there's nothing stopping me from just taking this thing out with an energy ball to the energy ball to the face. Yeah. Like, energy ball is very likely going to put this thing in range very, very soon, actually. Do I need my Clodsire around for anything? I kind of do, in the sense that this would force him into a 50-50 between either Psychicking or Focus Blasting. Because I very much think that this thing would potentially be Scarfed. So I think my play here is to let my Chocobo go down. Because he is going to run out of Light Screen in this turn. Meaning that I'm guaranteed to get a kill here and now. So I'm actually just going to Brave Bird. Like hard Brave Bird. And he's actually going to stay in and let it take all this damage. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is a very good situation for me because Chocobo is going to be able to take this thing. Chocobo is going to be able to put this thing in range now. So regardless of whatever the hell he could want to do, he can reveal to be life Orb, but unfortunately for him, he's about to reach the end of his life because Meowscarada is 110% going to click that energy ball right now, brother. And with Protein, I no longer will be weak to fairy types. You can try to jet punch me, that's fine, but I think I can take this home. I think I can definitely take this home, everyone. I just need to play my cards right. Okay, he's gonna swap out. Who are you gonna sack off? Hello? He's gonna go out into his Josh Hader. Yeah, oh yeah, this thing is about to die. Okay, I can win. I can win now. Perfect. I can actually just straight up win this game here and now because this Gothitelle, with this Gothitelle done and out, I do not have to worry in the slightest about, what you may call it. I do not have to worry in this. I do not have to worry in the slightest about like a potential 50-50 shenanigans between my Clodsire and my Meowscarada. But yeah, I'm going to take this as the opportunity to go out into my Manana. I do not want this thing to get paralyzed. If I let this thing get paralyzed, I allow this thing to potentially be able to come back from here. But honestly speaking, I could have just raw energy balled if I'm being completely honest. Oh no, he has the Thunder Wave. He actually had the Thunder Wave all along. Holy shysta. Okay. Yeah, look at me just dodging the worst case scenarios left and right. Holy shit. Okay. So it's gonna have to set up a reflect, but it is gonna fail as my man D Rey is going to unfortunately make the misclick. As my Clodsire is going to put this thing down. He's gonna try to set up another one, which is fair actually. It's completely fair. So with Light Screen up, Energy Ball does 14 to 16%. Is this thing in range? I think it's in range, guys. I think it's actually straight up in range right here and right now. I'm just trying to discern what would be like the biggest throw of them all, but I think I'm gonna go out into my Meowscarada. This may have been a very greedy play, but it is a play that I'm ready to dedicate to. Alright. So what you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do? He's gonna Draining Kiss. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I'm just throwing. Yeah, I'm throwing big time here. Yeah, why did I just do that, honestly? I should have just Earthquaked. Bro, what are you doing? Don't do that. Come on. Yeah, honestly, me getting greedy there was a very stupid thing to do on my behalf. A very, very stupid thing to do on my behalf. I think if I just kept raw Earthquaking, that would have been the play. Yeah, this is just me pretty much going back to my old habits. If I just Earthquake there, like this game was a done deal. But me making that very unnecessary play for the sake of greed is gonna come back to bite me. Because like, here's the thing guys, differential does not matter. In this league, differential has no semblance of meaning whatsoever. So me dedicating to such a play like that is a very foolish thing to do on my behalf. Very, very foolish thing. Alright, so my Meowscarada is at 85%, which is at 56%. That's still outside of a range of a +1 like Jet Punch from that Palafin of his. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much keep spamming Earthquake. I have no other play other than that. I almost threw big time there. What is wrong with me? Yeah, okay. I'm definitely not gonna do that again. But yeah, him. I'm so really surprised that he revealed a Thunder Wave. Like, he did not click Thunder Wave, because I understand the idea of wanting to preserve the like. Okay, he's gonna go out into Satis Junior. I think he dies. He definitely should die. Yeah, Earthquake should 100% kill this thing. Come on. Yeah, it's gonna be able to kill off that Palafin of his, and we're gonna be able to take this game home. Okay, so after pretty much just almost throwing this game, like, after almost just throwing this game big time, we are going to be able to actually take this game home against our boy Grandmaster D Rey. Like, he very much had me on the back burner here, but honestly speaking, I feel like I positioned myself well enough to the point where I was able to play around his Annihilate as well as his Klefki, and pretty much open the door towards a comeback. The beginning phase was very turbulent, but our like defensive core as well as how we're playing the end game with, especially with our Zapdos prediction, is gonna very much like pay dividends for us big time. Okay, as Earthquake is gonna come off, it is going to take off his Klefki, and just like that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, people of all kinds, it don't matter who you are, the Bullet Punch Club is going to win a nice and glorious 2-0, leaving us with a great 4-0 record. Yeah, I'm really surprised that I was able to like recover, do course correction and recover in the end, honestly. Like, and all the, you know, what I did to make the end game work out, which I almost threw away by getting greedy and going out in my Meowscarada, was very unnecessary, because my play here was to pretty much just keep spamming Earthquake then and there, and I actually wasn't aware of the fact that, you know, his Palafin was going to just straight up die. So me choosing to dedicate to such a play like that was very much an unnecessary one, and it is a lesson that I will apply in my future weeks, because yeah, like, I mean, look at me playing really well in week 2 and then just playing like this in week 4, but it is what it is. We still won in the end. That's all that matters. Please check out D Rey's channel, guys, because he is genuinely one hell of a content creator, and he's one of the most wholesome people I know. Like, I got nothing but absolute love and respect for the dude, and I highly implore you to check his channel out, because goddamn, guys, he is genuinely one in a million. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next week, hopefully, as we could try to keep going with this great 4-0 record. Wish!